Good afternoon. In this video I'll be walking you through the checklist of courses required by the department for a Bachelor's of Science degree in Psychology. A copy of this checklist is available on the Psychology Department website, linked up here at the top of the page. Please note that the University of Wyoming has an additional set of classes required for any student graduating with a degree from UW. We'll walk you through those university or USP requirements in a separate video. Okay, but to start with what you'll need from the Department of Psychology, here on the checklist we'll see general degree requirements. Basically, overall, what you're going to need is 121 hours of college credit with a grade of C or better in the coursework specified below. Okay, so a minimum of 33 hours of those 121 total are needed in psychology, a maximum of 60 hours. What this means is that even though you'll be getting your degree in psychology, you'll need about half of your courses from outside the department. So while you can take many psychology classes, and that may be your core interest, you'll still need to get other courses from other areas, and some of those will come up in those USP requirements. And again, you'll max out on your psychology courses at 60 hours. Now, a total of 18 hours, or a minimum of those 18 hours in psychology, are going to need to be at the 3000 level or higher. These are going to be your upper division courses. So you'll need at least 6 classes, or a total of 18, a minimum of 18 hours at the 3000 level or higher. You can get more than that. Most students often do. But again, just be thinking about some of these requirements as you're starting to schedule courses. So these are your general degree requirements. In terms of what you absolutely need from the department, a lot of flexibility. You can pick and choose most of your courses based on your interests, but below here are the courses that you'll need to have that are required for anybody receiving a degree. First thing we'll talk about here is our general core. This is going to be Psychology 1000 or General Psychology, and Psychology 2000 Research Methods. Okay, way you'll use this checklist as you start to schedule or complete your courses. You can go through, you take General Psychology, you pass that again. All of these courses below with a grade of C or better, you can go through and check that box that you've got that out of the way. So general psychology, many people will come in with that. We have several sections at the university. This is probably going to be one of your first classes that you take to get that general psychology course out of the way. Also because this ends up being a prerequisite for other courses that you'll need to take. Research methods, this ends up being the bottleneck for the major for a lot of people. You'll see beneath each one of these courses, if there's a prerequisite or a course that you need to take in order to be eligible to take the psychology course, you'll see those listed under here as the prerequisite. Prerequisite for psychological methods, you'll need your COM1 class. Again, we'll talk about what that is in the next video. And then you're going to need STAT 2050 or 2070, or and a grade of C or better in Psych 1000. So what you'll need to do for the prerequisite, you'll need to complete your general psych class before you can take your research methods class. And before you take research methods, you need to get your COM1. This is going to be your English 1010 class, and then a STAT class. Now, in order to take STAT, you're going to need to take math, have at least Math 1000 or the equivalent, and so it's important. I try and recommend that students make sure that they get their English out of the way, they get their first college level math class out of the way, so that they can take statistics, so they can take research methods, because research methods is going to be the class that's going to be a prerequisite for a lot of the upper division other higher level psychology courses that you may want to get into. So general core, need to take Psych 1000, need to take Psych 2000, your research methods, and so that's going to cover your general core. Then we have our other different bio, social, clinical, cognitive, developmental cores. Okay, what you'll need to do is you'll need to check off boxes for 4 of the 5 core areas. You can choose which one of these classes which one of these courses you want to take, you just need to take 4 of the 5. Now you can take all 5 if you want. You just need to have 4 of the 5 out of the way. So for your biological core, a couple options here. You can take biological psychology, or you can take drugs and behavior. You'll see that the prerequisites for these courses are a little bit different. For biological psychology, you'll need to have a general bio class, Life 1010, and Psych 1000. For drugs and behavior, you just need a C or better in Psych 1000. So either one of these courses will meet your bio core, and you can check one of those off, and that would be have that one out of the way. Our developmental core is a developmental psychology course. Again, only prerequisite here is Psych 1000. Same thing, our clinical core, abnormal, social core, social psychology, cognitive core, cognitive psychology. You'll notice here, to get into cognitive psychology, this is actually a 3000 level course. And so what that means is that's a junior level course, that's an upper division course. In order to get into cognitive psychology, you'll need to have a couple hours in psychology in addition to Psych 1000. Now, as you're thinking about your cores and how you're going to get those out of the way, it might make sense to take a hard look at cognitive psychology, given that this is an upper division course. Remember that you need a certain number of upper division courses. And so what cognitive psychology can do, it can count as both your cognitive core of the 4 of the 5 you need up here, can also count as a 3000 level course here. So something to think about as you're going through and moving through your checklist. Okay, so these are your cores. Again, need 4 of the 5 areas here. Then what we have is our capstone courses. All psychology majors must complete at least one of the following courses. You can take more if you want, most people do, but you at least need to have one of these capstone courses, these small upper division senior level courses in order to graduate. Again, we have several options. You'll see below each one of these are the prerequisites that you'll need to take these upper division capstone courses. So again, as you're putting together your schedule and thinking about courses that you may want to take in the future, be sure to take a look at the prerequisites to make sure that you're getting those courses out of the way. So in addition to general biology and research methods, 4 of the 5 areas in your primary cores, and then 1 additional course from your capstone. Okay, as long as you have those checked off, then all you need to do is work on your total hours in psychology, a minimum of 33, and a total upper division courses, a minimum of 18. Aside from what we've talked about, you can go through and start taking courses to start building up your hours there. Okay, so these are your psychology courses that you'll need, that'll be required for your degree. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. The only thing that you'll need additionally for as far as department requirements are these non-psychology courses. So anybody who gets a degree in psychology is going to need to take a couple of social sciences classes. What you need is a total of 6 hours of coursework from anthropology, communication journalism, criminal justice, econ, poli-sci, or sociology. 6 total hours. This is generally going to be a total of 2 courses. You can take 2 anthropology classes. You could take an anthropology, a criminal justice class. You can mix and match however you like. Okay. A couple things to think about here. One, it's probably in your best interest to identify if there's another area of social science that you're interested, taking a couple courses in that area, because that's going to let you get into some upper division courses within that area. So if I really enjoy sociology, I might want to take a couple classes in sociology, because that's probably going to then let me take junior and senior level classes in sociology that I'm interested in, to help fill out upper division courses that you'll need required, again, for some of that USP stuff that we'll talk about in another video. Where people can get themselves into trouble is if they just try and cherry pick 1000 level courses from anthropology, communication, journalism, but then eventually you'll need upper division courses outside of psychology, and then you'll end up having to take extra courses anyway for that in order to get prerequisites for upper division coursework in those areas. So think about this. Again, 2 2 courses from any of these areas. Only other thing that you should be aware of is that the courses that you take for your social psychology requirement, or excuse me, your social science requirement for the university, those can't be your USP courses as well. And so again, we'll talk about that in another video and help you go through and manage that. Okay. Biology requirements need to take current issues in biology, Life 1003 or Life 1010 general biology. Either one of these courses will meet your biology requirement for the major. Notice no prerequisites for Life 1003, but we'll need some math in order to get into general biology. So if you're interested in bio stuff, would recommend taking Life 1010. If you want to get it out of the way, maybe Life 1003 might be a good option for you. Again, something to consider. Statistics, you'll need one of these statistics courses, either Stat 2050, Stat 2070. Don't need both of these, just one you can go through and check off. And then, in order to get your Bachelor of Science, what you need to do is you need to complete one of the following courses on this list. These are math and science courses. You can go through, decide which one of these you want to take. A long list of courses here. Again, you just need one course off of this list in order to meet your requirements for your degree. So, again, what you can do is you can take a look at the courses that you've already taken, or if you're starting to build your course, print off this checklist and then just start checking off degree requirements. Again, you need a C or better on these. So you take general psychology, check that off. Research methods, check that off. Let's say you take drugs and behavior, developmental, social, and cognitive. You don't have to take abnormal because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 4 of your 5 areas. You check off one. Let's say you take cognitive development, check that off. So you've got your cognitive core. And then so on and so forth, working through. And then once you've got those finished up, you can take other classes, just filling in these degree requirements, the total hours in psychology and total upper division hours. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have questions, you can get in contact with your academic advisor. They'll help you go through and answer any other additional questions that you might have. And what we'll do in the next video is we'll finish up and walk you through the USP courses. Again, these are courses that are required for the university for anyone getting a degree. All right. Thank you and have a good day.